From 0 to JLPT N5, this is lesson 37. So today we will talk about how to modify nouns with adjectives. But before that, let's review I and na-adjectives. So in the last two lessons, we were talking about two types of Japanese adjectives. One is called i-adjective. The other one is called na-adjective, and they follow different conjugation rules. So let's first review those two types of adjectives, and then we will talk about how to modify nouns with those adjectives. So the very first type of adjective is i-adjective, and the main characteristic is that everything ends in I sound, like 高い、安い、大きい and so on. I adjectives always end in I sound. And na adjectives, on the other hand, there are many variations. Sometimes ka ending, sometimes ki ending, sometimes ma ending, and so on. And even there are some I ending na adjectives. So this could be a little tricky, but you need to remember them little by little. So please remember that I adjectives always end in I letter. But na adjectives, there are many variations. And those adjectives, I and na adjectives, they follow different conjugation rules. So let's first look at I adjective. Today is hot is 今日は暑いです。暑い this is I adjective. And if you want to change the sentence into past tense, today was hot, you cannot just change this to でした. That doesn't work. You have to change the adjective itself. Today was hot is 今日は暑かったです。So you need to replace I with かった。As for negative, today isn't hot. 今日は暑くないです。So once again, this remains the same. You have to change the adjective itself. 暑い is it is hot. It's not hot is 暑くない。You need to replace I with くない。Lastly, today wasn't hot. 今日は暑くなかったです。As for past negative, you need to change I to くなかった。So this is the conjugation rule of I adjective. And na adjectives follow a different conjugation rule. The park is quiet. 公園は静かです。静か is na adjective. The park was quiet. 公園は静かでした。This time you can change this to でした unlike I adjective. And na adjective doesn't change, it stays as it is. The park isn't quiet. 公園は静かじゃないです。And again, na adjective stays the same. Only you have to add じゃない after na adjective. Lastly, the park wasn't quiet. 公園は静かじゃなかったです。This time you need to add じゃなかった but Shizuka, na-adjective doesn't change, it stays as it is. So, this is the difference between I and na-adjective. First, the main difference is that i-adjectives, they always end in I letter, but na-adjectives, they have many variations. And second, they follow a different conjugation rule. So that's the difference between I and na-adjectives. So if you are not sure about this conjugation rule, you can go back to the past 2 lessons where I explained to you how to conjugate I and na-adjectives. So today we will talk about how to modify nouns using I and na-adjectives. Let's first look at I-adjectives. So it says just put the adjective before the noun. So this is the grammar format. I-adjective plus noun. That's it. And I-adjective stays the same. You don't need to change anything. You don't need to add anything. So these are some examples. An expensive car is 高い車. Expensive is 高い. And this is I-adjective. Therefore, just put the adjective before the noun. The noun in this case is car, 車. So, an expensive car is 高い車. Simply I-adjective plus noun. Second, an interesting movie. 面白い映画. Interesting, 面白い movie, a noun, 映画. So, I-adjective plus noun. A small cat, 小さい猫. Small, 小さい cat, 猫. I-adjective plus noun. So, this is like in English. When you modify nouns like an expensive car, an interesting movie, you put the adjective just before the noun. It's same in Japanese. All you have to do is to put the I-adjective before the noun. So now let's do this exercise. I'd like you to translate these sentences using I-adjectives. So please stop the video, and when you are ready, please come back. Now the answers. I watched an interesting movie. 面白い映画を見ました。Interesting is 面白い. It's I-adjective. Therefore, you only need to put it before the noun, movie, 映画. Second one, I bought a new book. 新しい本を買いました。New is 新しい. So, since it's I-adjective, just put this I-adjective before the noun, book, 本. Last one, she is a busy person. 彼女は忙しい人です。Busy is 忙しい and it's I-adjective, so just put I-adjective in front of the noun. So, whatever the grammar format, whatever the sentence structure is, all you have to do is to put the I-adjective before the noun when you want to modify the nouns. So I will read the sentence. Please repeat after me. 面白い映画を見ました。 新しい本を買いました。彼女は忙しい人です。Very good job. So now we will move on to na-adjective. So when it comes to modifying nouns with na-adjectives, it's slightly different from i-adjectives. So this time you need to add na before the noun. So this is the grammar format. Na-adjective plus na plus noun. So just like i-adjective, you need to put na-adjective before the noun, but you need to have this na between na-adjective and noun this time. So for example, a quiet room is 静かな部屋。静か is na-adjective. Therefore, you need to have this na before the noun, room. A famous student. 有名な学生。Famous is 有名。Although it's e ending, this is na-adjective. And 学生 is student, noun. Therefore, you need to have na before the noun. A beautiful flower. きれいな花。Beautiful is きれい and it's na adjective. Therefore, you need to have na before the noun. So, because when you modify nouns with na adjective, you need to have this na. This adjective is called na-adjectives. So let's try this exercise. Please stop the video and translate the sentences. When you are ready, please come back. Now the answers. I study in a quiet room. 静かな部屋で勉強します。Quiet, 静か and it's na adjective, so you need to have na before the noun, room. And a quiet room, this is where the action of studying takes place. Therefore, you need to have de particle to indicate this is the place of action. Second one, I watched a famous movie. 有名な映画を見ました。Famous is 有名, it's na adjective. Therefore, you need to have na before the noun, 映画. And this is a famous movie. This is the object of the sentence, what you watched. Therefore, you need to have wo after this whole object. Last one. There is a beautiful lake. きれいな湖があります。Beautiful is na adjective. Therefore, you need to have na before the noun. And this is noun があります grammar format. There is, there are in Japanese. Therefore, noun in this case is this part, a beautiful lake. So, noun があります。So, whatever the grammar format is, whenever you modify nouns with na adjectives, you need to have na between the na adjective and the noun. So now I will read the sentence, so please repeat after me. 静かな部屋で勉強します。 有名な映画を見ました。きれいな湖があります。Very good job. So if you have any questions about those adjectives or anything, please don't hesitate to ask me anytime and I will be very happy to answer your questions. So lastly, I have this homework for you. Please translate the sentences into Japanese and put your answers in the comment below. I will check and collect your homework.I will put those vocabularies in the description below so that you can refer to them when you do the homework. So, very good job today as always. みんな今日もありがとう。I will see you again in the next lesson then. みんなまたね。バイバイ。